on the New York Stock Exchange. Well, the global COVID-19 pandemic changed us all. Many of us still getting through it, and others, the most vulnerable, are suffering, like those in nursing homes and long-term care facilities. Mike Bruno joins us now from Charles Boyk Law Office with some legal issues surrounding those living in these facilities. And Mike, it has been so difficult for local families and families all over the country who have a loved one in one of these facilities, whether they've gotten sick, whether they have unfortunately passed away. Either way, just a tough time, hasn't it been?
Yeah, I think the main problem is for folks with parents in these nursing facilities is the lack of control. They're simply unable to do much more than sit outside a window and maybe communicate by a handwritten sign or paper. And so we're getting calls primarily from the children of these people as to the level of care they're getting because of the COVID pandemic. So it's going on there, and it's really a difficult situation for a lot of people.
And Mike, I imagine they are asking questions like, what are my rights? What are my mom's or my dad's rights in this situation? Can I get in to see them? Can I maybe force a meeting with the managers there? Because maybe the people running these centers are busy as well, but it's time to set aside time for these family members.
Right. I think over time, things are opening up a little bit. Had you asked me this question 2 months ago, I would probably say, based upon the governor and the state medical director, you're not going to get inside the facility. But as things are opening up slowly, there may be some greater right to access. But again, this is all driven by the medical doctors and epidemiologists and their opinion. And for now, the facilities are going to rely on that type of expert medical advice in granting access or denying it.
And what kind of legal claims, Mike, are available to those who contract this virus and survive, especially maybe if negligence is involved or families think it could be and that they weren't well taken care of or the facility wasn't properly cleaned, for example?
Sure. There's a couple of different claims. The first claim would be a personal injury type of claim, and this is for someone who has contracted the illness but survives the illness. The second type of claim would be a wrongful death claim, and that is a person that passes due to COVID-19. The personal injury claim would be for the pain and suffering of that person, as well as the recovery of necessary and related medical bills. The wrongful death claim is a claim that the survivors make. They'd have to file a probate court case. And so a surviving spouse or surviving children would then make a claim for damages. And it's really the loss of the relationship, the mental anguish, and those types of things. Of course, on a wrongful death case, you would have to prove by requisite standards, medical standards, that the death was proximately caused by COVID-19. And so what I tell people is you can't really rely on a death certificate. There really needs to be an autopsy for that opinion to hold up in court. So those are the two types of claims that are possible. But Tim, when you mentioned the word negligence, that's really the lack of ordinary care. So if there's industry standards and the provider, whether it's a nursing facility or a long-term care facility, if they do not provide acceptable care within those standards, that's what we call negligence. They're making a mistake. Death or injury results from that.
And Mike, we know that there might be some legislators in Columbus who are trying to increase families' rights. Any chance that some future legislation could make a difference?
Okay, so what's going on in Columbus is this. The House and the Senate have both passed bills which are designed to limit liability for medical providers for services rendered during the emergency. The House bill is amended, substitute House Bill 606, The Senate bill is Substitute Senate Bill 308. Both of those have passed the respective legislative bodies, and they're somewhere on their way to the governor's desk.
So we will continue to see how that progresses. Mike Bruno, we do thank you so much. Wish we had even more time to talk about this. Mike Bruno from the Boyk Law Firm, thanks so much, and give them a call if you have questions about a family member who may be in one of those facilities. Thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate you being here this morning.